Apple did something yesterday that I never thought they were going to do, being so anti-Google and so pro-privacy and everything. Yesterday, they made it easier to switch to a Google service from an Apple service. Let's begin. Alright, so this one hits a little bit close to home to me because if you've been following my videos for a while, you know I recently migrated a huge catalog of my photos and videos over to Google Photos because at the time of recording this right now and until June, Google offers free unlimited backup of all of your photos and videos up to 1080p at 60 frames a second, and with pictures it's like 16 megapixels, which most of my photos are not bigger than that anyway. And when it comes to preserving memories, 1080p is good enough. I think it's rich enough in detail. I don't necessarily need every single 4K video to be retained at that original 4K quality, because if you do, it's going to end up costing you. But after I migrated a huge library to save money on iCloud storage, Google then announced that after June 1st, you would still be able to keep all of your old photos and videos at no additional charge, but after that time, they would start actually counting it towards your free Google storage tier, which I believe is around 15 gigs. And then they would start charging around the same price as iCloud storage. If you factor in the annual memberships, Google Photos is actually a little bit cheaper than iCloud because they don't offer annual options. But after I went through all that work, Apple now launches a service that allows you to transfer your iCloud photos directly to Google Photos, and it does not delete them from iCloud, but it does take care of the conversion process for you so that you can basically just go into your Apple ID settings and say, I want to have a backup. And I honestly think Apple is potentially trolling here, because on one hand, I'm thinking Apple hates Google Photos and they probably hate all of the privacy issues Google has had. Why are they now actively making an easy way for their consumers to back all of their photos and videos up on what many of you have said is a much worse service, because there's less privacy, of course, less security? Why is Apple endorsing this? Why are they comfortable with it? Especially if this could potentially allow people to back up their older photos and videos from the past few years and then decrease their amount of space used in iCloud storage and save themselves some money. It feels like financially Apple has literally nothing to gain from this here, but knowing how many monopolistic practices Apple has been accused of practicing and antitrust concerns the federal government has had with Apple, this is most likely a step they're willing to take because it will make them seem like they're very comfortable with third-party options. And if governments are breathing down their neck and thinking, hey, you're like anti-competitive, you're not letting consumers choose what they want to choose, now Apple can say, no, hold on a second, we let people use other photo services if they want. We built this specific service just so that people can switch their iCloud library to other photo services like Google Photos. But the truth is, the timing on this is perfect, because the primary reason Google Photos is not going to be keeping around unlimited photo and video storage anymore this summer is because they said the sheer amount of billions of photos they're getting all the time now is taking up so much server space, and they frankly just don't see it as worth it to keep paying for more servers and having to maintain all of these servers and keep growing them at absolutely no charge when basically everyone else in the industry is able to charge for it. Apple's making some money off of you, Amazon's making some money off of you, so Google was giving it away to iOS and Android users for free, and they were just like, you know what, this is actually way more expensive than we thought, so starting this June, you can still keep everything you've backed up. They're not gonna start charging you for photos that was already backed up, but it's just from there on out, all new photos, all new videos taken will count against your storage plan. And Apple, in my opinion, is probably taking advantage of this. I genuinely think Tim Cook probably saw this announcement, of course, because he watches all my videos, and realized that, so Google Photos is offering unlimited picture and video backup until June, huh? Well, that's very convenient. Hey, everyone who's on iPhones, you guys should overload Google servers because their storage is free. So now, at the last second, Apple is trying to figure out how can they dump as many photos and videos onto Google Photos as possible, because that's going to end up costing Google a bit more, and because this is a completely free service. I mean, the privacy aspect is a bit of a concern, but Apple's just like, we've got, over 1 billion people using our devices that probably each have several gigabytes worth of stuff. Now we're going to just make it really easy for them to port it over and dump it all onto Google so that they can do the heavy lifting for us, and maybe people people who want to kind of reset their iCloud storage plan and go back a little bit on how much iCloud they're paying for, or maybe there's a lot of people that are paying for 2 terabytes but are about to fill it up and whatnot, and now that Apple has built in this option, people can just go, oh cool, yeah, back it all up to Google for me. Google has to carry all of our memories in pictures and videos, and Apple gets to just kind of offload that from their own servers while also still charging for it in the first place. So people who are worried about seeing that little iCloud storage pop up now can just take advantage of Google, because many years ago they thought unlimited photos and videos, that's not gonna take up that much space. It only took them like 5 to 6 years for them to realize, oh, when we said a lifetime of photos and videos, we really only meant a few years worth, because this is actually way more expensive than we thought. I'm probably speculating a little too much on this. It's probably more to do with antitrust issues and Apple trying to be more open-minded with other services people can use, but I like to think in the back of my mind that Tim is just trolling Google at the moment. They're just like, here you go, have all our photos and videos, this is easy for you. I mean, Apple already uses a lot of Google's servers, so transferring this stuff over probably just sends it from one part of the server to another, to be honest. But I thought this is the type of story you don't see every day, which is why I wanted to highlight it, and as well let you guys know if you're close to filling up your iCloud storage, or maybe you're thinking about downgrading because $10 a month or $3 a month is kind of a lot. No, $36 a year, $120 a year, that's a lot of money you're spending on something that you don't really get to keep ever. Whereas Google Photos is unlimited for now and free, so maybe take advantage of this service. If Apple is endorsing it, they must think the security and privacy issues aren't too bad, right? I don't need to do it personally because I moved everything over already, but feel free to check it out. This is your Apple Sheep here. I'll see you guys in the next one.